like no intercourse. I get it, but is it any like? Do you give any oral sex?
Do you receive?
Time for some crunch and munch? Is that what you're talking
That's
about?
what I mean. Like, do you let him? Do you let him?
So you don't do nothing?
No, I didn't do anything for years.
Like just kiss? Did you kiss?
If that. And then some people you can't even kiss them because the bottom lip be hanging. You can always tell when they're not going to know what to do. Welcome to Whine and Whine, where a few girls get together, do a lot of chatting, and a little bit of drinking. So, we had a poll, and the topic for today, STDs.
Lord,
And STIs, as I'm learning about. So, if you had an STD, would you tell the person you're dating? And if you would, when?
But since I never had, I'm gonna just say if, right?
I said if.
So if.
She's like, I just want everyone to know I'm clean.
I think I wouldn't honestly text or call. I would have to like tell you to come over. Look, I'm cooking, you know, and then bring it to his attention because I feel
While
like
eating?
no, because I wasn't cooking.
I thought you said, look, come over, I'm
no,
cooking.
that's what I'm gonna tell him.
Oh,
But you're gonna come over because I feel like if I do it over the phone, you can hang up. You know what I mean? No, you need to come over here. We need to talk. But I'm not gonna do that because you know when you tell a guy I need to talk, it's kind of like he starts avoiding you. He doesn't want to hear I need to talk.
When in the relationship do you bring it up?
Yeah,
like,
that
do you
was
say it on
you
the
find
first date?
out?
No. But let's say you know already that you have it and you're dating someone new.
You've been dripping
How
for a while.
soon do you tell them?
You don't drip for a while. You go get that fixed immediately.
No,
What
some
if
of
it's
that stuff don't
incurable?
fix.
What if it's incurable?
It drip, it stop, it drip, it stop, it
You
drip,
need
it
to tell
stop.
that person immediately because you're putting their health on the line.
But I'm saying it's
Is that part of your
first date,
profile?
You haven't
not
touched each
not
other
the
yet.
first
You haven't
date.
kissed yet. So when in the physical relationship, as it progresses, is it important to bring it up? Is it something you come up with up front, or do you wait until you're like about to have sex with them and then you're like, by the way, like where do you?
As soon
As soon as you know, you're gonna actually give them in the future.
Not even that. Just give everybody the choice because
Right.
people are empowered by choices. Give people the choice to make the decision for themselves. And the fact that you disclose your situation, you're showing vulnerability, you're showing honesty, you're showing a lot of qualities about yourself.
And they might show
That
you
may
their
even tell you,
ass.
they may be like, oh, you got this, well, I got this.
So in these days, when you're dating, I honestly feel like you and your partner just have to go get tested before you just get into the bed. Honestly, because I feel like there's so many things going around that you don't want to get caught out there. So I think around that time when you're like, listen, we both need to go get tested. Heads up, this is what I have.
One of my friends said she's gonna start leaving
I'm
a
just
little
saying.
nail in her banister. So when they come up to the steps and they prick their hand on there, she'd be like, "Oh, let me get that." With a little glass thing that they use in the lab.
I was watching this show. You ever seen Being Mary Jane? Before she had sex with the guy, she had a whole kit in front of her. She said, "Nope, we're going to test you, swab, and after that they went crazy."
But even if you get tested, some things incubate. Right, so somebody can take that clean test, and y'all are doing things, and a couple of years later, pop goes the weasel.
Well, then pop goes the weasel. We need to frequently do it.
But
like
you
they
ain't gonna
frequently
know.
do a drug test. We need to frequently do it, especially
But
if women already have that intuition. If you feel like he's doing something, then listen.
But he could have already had it when you guys met, like she
Right,
said. It
right,
incubates like
he
a
had
virus, like HIV, for instance.
See,
like,
I don't know about this stuff.
it can lay dormant, especially
Yeah,
nowadays with
lots of stuff.
medication. You don't even transmit HIV anymore. You can have unprotected sex with HIV and not transmit it if you're taking your meds on time.
Well, you need to
because
tell
the
me
virus
that.
is
No, but let's say they don't know
No, they
it.
do tell you.
Y'all take a test. It's all good. 3 years later, the drip.
What drip?
That drip. My proverbial drip that comes. I just feel like the stuff gets sick and it's like sneezing.
You need to let me know. I'm sorry. You need to let me know. That's not.
But they don't know. I'm saying
he
they
lets
don't
you
know.
know, and you know everything. And so how you gonna proceed? You know everything.
I'll say, now he told you I got a little something, something. What's good?
That's a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
But if you have something, you want somebody to still rock with you?
Yeah.
Well, are you saying, because you say you're clean and you want to stay clean, are you saying that you will use condoms every time you have sex?
No,
like,
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so
what I'm
the
saying,
fact
I would
that
love to know before we take it to the next
even
step.
if you take it to the next step, he might go out on a vacation and have a good time,
Listen,
meet a young lady, and he comes back home. And I'm just saying, not to say, God willing, never. I know people.
But we're talking about if you know, what do you do?
Right, but let's say you don't know, and I know you're very prideful on your clean, and that's beautiful. Like, you've never had an STI or STD, and that's amazing. God willing, you'll never get one. But never having one does not stop you from one day dealing with this situation. And I think the sooner we're able, or people are able to own the fact that things happen and moving forward of it, because with your type of attitude, God forbid you do contract something, it could eat you apart because you wear so prideful.
I don't think that it will eat me apart. I feel like it goes both ways. If I was dating someone and they told me that they had something, I'm just not going to deal with them.
But we're not talking about
that. But if I was not clean and they decided that they're not going to deal with me, then that's fine. Because we're going to do it early on before we start having sex. Now let's take it to the streets with our girl Charlene. We would love to hear what you have to say. Now you get to join in on the conversation.
It's Whine and Whine on the streets. It's your girl Charlene, and today we are going to be talking about STI and STDs. If you had an STI or STD, would you tell the person that you're dating?
I would tell the person that I'm dating. I think it's important for them to know what's going on with my health because it's affecting them as well.
Definitely not on the first date. I got to feel him out first and make sure that I think that he's someone that I actually want to take seriously. So right before we decide we want to be sexually intimate.
I definitely would communicate before having any type of sexual interaction.
When you get into the relationship, because you want to give that person an option of knowing what steps to make. When you take away somebody's option, that's when the anger and all the hate comes into play.
So basically you're saying you would tell them when you get into full relationship or just dating?
No, I would say just dating, because you don't want someone's feelings to get involved.
When do you feel like it would be the best time for a person to tell you that they have STI or STD?
Yeah, see, I'd want to know on the first date.
I think timing is everything, and I think, I don't think I would jump in the first date and say, well, hey, I have this. I think I would take my time and kind of feel out the relationship. And when I feel like we're getting close and we're in that space of like, we're ready to take our relationship to the next level, I think then that's where I would have that conversation with the person.
I would want to know right away.
As soon as you meet them? Or when you feel like it would be like potential dating?
No, I want to know right away. Like...
That's all we have for today. It's your girl Charlene. When you see me in the streets, holla at me.
1 in 4 of young people between like the ages of, I don't know, I think it's like 13 to 24 now, are contracting STDs.
HIV.
Well, all kinds of different stuff. There's a
Yeah,
plethora
chlamydia, gonorrhea, they're all like so
stuff out
common
there
now.
for
It's
them-
like the
for
freaking
them to
common
get.
cold at this point.
So, sad to say, but pretty much, right? So, do you think that there needs to be more education around it? Do you think there's enough education around it? And I might add, whose responsibility is it to do the educating?
I think we have the wrong kind of education right now.
Yeah.
Because you learn about it in school, but it's all like big, scary diseases, like don't have sex. You know, it's not, it doesn't really, at least my personal education wasn't really focused on like, okay, so let's say like you, I mean, obviously they're not going to talk about this in school. You got drunk, you had a one-night stand. Now what do you need to do? You got to go get tested. Like that's not, you're not taught that because they don't want you to do that. And I think it's also, and I know stigma is like my buzzword apparently for the day, but we need to destigmatize it so that people don't feel ashamed.
Destigmatize what? Sex?
No,
Well,
STIs.
we had a sex ed
STIs.
class in high school, and they did talk about things like that. But we were so immature, like we didn't really get it. Like we didn't get the seriousness of HIV. We didn't get the seriousness of it. So it was like we were very immature. I think that it needs to start in the home. I definitely think the parents need to sit down with them and kind of like explain the seriousness, what can happen if you do suspect something, you know, how many times did you get tested per year, you know what I mean, too.
Well, hell, we were talking about periods the other day, and we were saying the mothers didn't want to talk about periods, and you think they're going to talk about the hokey pokey?
But with kids,
they should.
It's a much bigger thing because they know it's not going to kill them.
Do you think in this country, the way that they sell sex so hard, like everything is sold by sex. They sell socks by sex.
It's ridiculous.
They
Wait, I'm finished. Not question. I appreciate everybody's enthusiasm.
Okay.
The way we sell sex that way, do you think they're really also selling STDs and STIs?
Of course they are, because they're not putting the education behind it. And I feel like because I'm a sexual being, I actually like the fact that they sell sex.
But with the STDs, they're making money off the medication and the treatment.
They are.
The biggest money maker in America is the healthcare industry. It's a $3 trillion a year industry.
Definitely agree
There's
with
a
that.
cure for everything, but why cure it when we can just get you medicated?
So I just want some clarity around this topic about does selling sex also sell STIs? Because I'm not really making the connection and I want to have some clarity. So, for example, if you have like this ridiculous sexy cheeseburger ad, like where the girl's wearing a bikini and like all lubed up and is like eating a cheeseburger. My impression of it is really good, as you can tell. So how is that specifically selling STIs?
It's creating a casual environment for intercourse. I mean, if you can eat a burger and put sex next to a burger, how easy is it to eat a burger? Everyone's had a burger. Why not everyone have sex? I mean, if sex is that accessible, like this 99-cent burger, let me have it with everybody I can.
So are you saying that every time there's an ad that's sexualized, there should be some sort of disclaimer, like warning having sex can relate, like lead to an STI?
I think that if they have the
personally, I think that's kind of
leads
crazy.
to emotional instability.
Well,
that's the thing.
Leads to HIV, herpes. I don't know the rest.
That was the physical things, but it's emotional issues that can happen.
Yeah,
you know, everybody's not ready for everything. It's not always about the physical repercussions.
How about the fact that all these old people are getting all these STDs?
That's happening too. Very true. It was an AARP. I saw
that.
Nursing homes. Oh my God, they're getting free in the nursing home.
They have nothing else to do. They have nothing else to do. I'm
not
like
that they're
praising
STIs, but like. Thank you all so much for tuning into this week's episode of Whine and Whine. It was lovely to have you listening to us whine. If there's anything that you have an opinion about that you want to share with us, please let us know in the comments. And if there's any topics that you want us to cover, please comment with that as well. So again, thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you again Tuesday at 7 p.m. Have a good night. So today we're drinking a Valpolicella Classico. This wine is super light, it's dry, it's fresh. It's got a really nice crispness and an acidity to it that makes it great for pairing with traditional Italian dishes. So if you're making pasta tonight or going for some bruschetta, definitely pick this up and have more than one glass.